The Super Bowl is set. We know who's going to the bowl. We know which teams they're going to play. Let's talk about how they got there, what journey they went through this weekend. Then we'll talk about the teams, and let's set the stage, folks. Cue the intro. Welcome back to another video. My name is Karen Simpson. Even if you are new to this channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, joining on to this amazing channel. And hello, happy final day of January. If you're watching this, probably past that. Welcome to February. Major stuff is going on lately, and you guys are about to be part of it. So welcome one, welcome all. We have a lot to do today. And we're going to get into today's episode now. Okay, without any further introduction, let's start with the AFC Championship game. And this was the game, was supposed to be a really great game. And it turned out to be a really great game between two teams that had every right to be in the situation, that had every right and proved that they had every right to be here. Proved why they were the heavy hitters, why they were the teams that were going for this championship. Anyway, it came down to overtime, and this time the overtime rules did not become a factor. So let's give that a big round of applause. That we didn't have to worry about overtime rules ruining a weekend, a game, like they kind of did last week. We did not have to worry about that today because the overtime rules had absolutely no factor, in my opinion, in this game. They had minimal to no factor, which is amazing. Of course, obviously the Chiefs, there was a huge celebration when the Chiefs won that overtime coin toss. But a lot went into that. The Chiefs had a huge lead going into halftime. They, going into the half, had a lead that looked like the Bengals weren't going to be able to recover for. It was 14-7. Not 14-7, my bad. 21-10 going into the third quarter. 21-10. Maverick! Shut up! Din Don. Maverick. Quit it. And then in the third quarter, the Bengals held the Chiefs to a field goal scored. That was it. That was all that was scored by the... Anyway, yeah, holding them to that situation that they did was amazing work by that team, able to hold the Chiefs to no points. A field goal. They scored 11, getting themselves a 24-24 tie going into overtime, where Cincinnati, would get a turnover on Patrick Mahomes, able to prevail on that turnover, get the field goal, and bring their team to victory. That was probably one of the best parts of today's game. The pure and utter motivation, the way this team went, along with the way things were going for them. And that motivation to do good was that. And that was an amazing job by that team, along with other factors as well, that prevailed the Bengals into that spot. Now, let's be honest. None of us thought we'd be thinking about yeah, that was part of today's game. And them holding the Chiefs to the way, it was an amazing job all around by the Bengals. And maybe they waited. Maybe they followed that game plan where they thought, okay, we hold them here. We know what we can expect. We know what we should expect, and we'll probably be able to go in and win this game. We just got to hold them. And that's a great job for them, a great work all in all, and they were able to prevail. And with that, end up heading to the Super Bowl. Now, guys, this is big for Bengals Nation. This is big for Cincinnati, heading to the Super Bowl. More coming next Friday when I make my predictions on who's going to make it into the Super Bowl 56 victory trophy lane have their name on that trophy forever. I will be making that prediction next Friday, as well as a little more. We'll talk about this team. We'll talk about how they will do in the Super Bowl. We will talk about everything you need to know about the Cincinnati Bengals heading into the Super Bowl next Friday right here on this YouTube channel. The other game that went on was the Jimmy Garoppolo-led 49ers versus the Stafford-led Rams. And this game was obviously a big NFC game because we knew Jimmy Garoppolo had a chance. He didn't play good against Green Bay. Granted, I don't think he played very well again this week. And I think Stafford is playing great football. And I think we got to give credit to Sean McVay as well, who's also playing considerably good football and making play calls that are good. And in my opinion, he is the best young coach there is in the NFL. I think the rest of them are total losses. The rest of those young coaches in the NFL, I really do. But there is hope with Sean McVay. In my opinion, there is hope after all with McVay that he is a decent coach and that maybe he'll be able to lead a team pretty well. So there is hope upon me and hopefully other people that are anti-young coach that Sean McVay is our hope. He's our only hope, but he's good and probably the only one out of that young group that is good enough to be there. And he proved that today with some play calls. Eventually the game came down to another lead that was left to the dust. I mean, let's be honest, that lead that the 49ers had was a huge lead on the Rams. They were dominating over the Rams. I think it was a 17-point deficit that the Rams had to come back from to win this game. They came back from that deficit very quickly, and with that became a sensation, an overnight team, a team that has proven against all it's whatever you want to say. They became a winning team like that. They passed the 17-point deficit. They went on and to win the game in regulation. And they scored a touchdown, forcing the hand of Jimmy Garoppolo. No, I don't think they scored the touchdown. I think they only got the field goal, but still forcing the hand on Jimmy G. And what was Jimmy G able to do? Well, I'll give you a little what Jimmy was able to do. Nothing. He wasn't able to do anything with what he was given at his disposal, and instead had a scramble play, almost got sacked. Instead, he threw the ball up in the air, intercepted, and they iced the clock for victory. Huge win for the Rams, all in all. Pretty bad game for Jimmy Garoppolo. Pretty good game for Matt Stafford. And that is that game that goes in the history books. Again, we'll have a lot more on the Rams as they make their Super Bowl quest for the second time since 19. And we'll have that all on that Friday episode coming up on this channel. Besides that, we do have other things in the news that I really wanted to talk about in this episode. You might be thinking, well, that might be it. We already got the recap, we got what happened, we got your opinions on what happened, but there is one other story that rocked the sports world this weekend, and that was the announcement that Tom Brady was going to retire. So we thought. That came from Adam Schefter. So I know maybe we'll make this a separate video, but as of now, I think this is newsworthy right now, and that we need to talk about it right now. Adam Schefter in Darlington reported that Tom Brady is retiring from the National Football League. This report must be true, right? It's Schefter. Adam Schefter has been a guy that is at the top of everyone's list when it comes to sports media, and Darlington is inside the Buccaneers camp. He's inside in the Buccaneers organization. So this is got many ways of us saying, oh yeah, this is true. Because if this isn't true, what is true in the world, right? Good point. Well taken. But with that said, now Tom Brady has not said anything public about this. TB12 put out something that made us believe, okay, Tom Brady's retiring. Then his dad, Tom Brady Sr., who loves to get into the drama, goes on an interview and says, no, Tommy is not retiring. His agent goes on and says any announcement of Tom Brady's retirement is going to come directly from Tom Brady. Where does this lead us? I think we know exactly where this leads us. Tom Brady wanted to make the announcement of his retirement himself. And let's be honest, a 7-time Super Bowl champion, who knows how many MVPs. I mean, the guy deserves to make the announcement himself. And he wanted to do that. Adam Schefter, Darlington had other things in mind, and he decided to break the story. Now, I think that could have made Tom Brady mad, yes, and I think that's why we had all these interviews and these backlashes and these stories come out, because Tom Brady's the one that wanted to make that announcement. Nobody else. It was Tom Brady who wanted to say, I'm retiring. He was probably sitting on a 10-minute video of him talking about him going to the Super Bowl and how many times he's done it and that he's retiring, and all in all, he's probably been sitting on a video like that. He's probably been doing stuff. And you know what? For Tom, I think he deserves that. And I think it probably shook him a little bit that a reporter broke this news. Do I think it's true? Yes, I think Tom Brady is retiring after 20 years in the NFL. Now, that's just a story this weekend. Those are my reactions to it. When Tom Brady makes when Tom Brady makes the announcement of his retirement, coverage will be here on the channel. Breaking news coverage will be here on the channel. We will be officially announcing his retirement. We'll be reacting to the 22 years of Tom Brady. But with that expected announcement in mind, I will tag a video right up here or link it in the description of the documentary that we made on this channel, Tom Brady, the greatest of all time. Go check that out. We talked about Tom Brady's career in depth and what he has been able to do throughout it. And we talked about it in that video. All right, we'll see you on Friday. We have an NHL All-Star weekend to look forward to. We'll get to that and more coming up on Friday, as well as the Clash is this weekend too, guys. I know, crazy. NASCAR's back. A lot is back. So Monday will be a NASCAR reaction video day. Can you guys actually believe that? Because I can't. NASCAR reaction videos are back as of Monday. What can I say? Except you're welcome. Have a great night, everybody. Have a great day, and we will see you again on Friday. Peace out.